It's going to be a crazy night tonight. But yeah, welcome everybody to the show you want to watch every day. Doesn't matter if it's reviews, WWE reviews, updates of rumours and news, of predictions, or pay-per-view reviews. But this is PWF is War, and I'm the one and only Captain Awesome, of course. And before I start the show off, I always do what you know is a score. Make sure you click that subscribe button right now if you haven't already. And of course, follow my personal Twitter account, which is Captain3Awesome. Follow the PWF Twitter, which is PWF is War. And you can like the Facebook page and join the Facebook group if you like, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout as well. And yep, so let's. And make sure you do like the video, share it everywhere, worldwide, to anybody who loves wrestling. Just tell them to check my channel out, see what they think, leave feedback. I always love feedback, so do that right now. And let's start the show off with the Raw reviews. Yeah, so so let me just so it started off with Dean Ambrose, the crazy lunatic himself, lunatic fringe. He's back, and he says that he's far from dead. He's far from dead. He's still alive, people. Still alive. That's good news. We don't want him dead. Come on. Only people who don't like him probably. Who could not be honest? Who could not like Dean Ambrose? But, come on. Ambrose is Raw, simple as that. He saves Raw for what it is. So anyway, he says that he's far from dead, and WWE's ugliest stepchild is back, baby. And Ambrose says that he's been a little bit loopy in the head since we last saw him, and he's been replaying what happened in this cinder blocks, in the cinder box. Yeah, he shows us a replay of what happened last month with Kane and Seth Rollins. Ambrose is kind of flattered that the Authority would go to that great lengths to get rid of him. You know, they want to get rid of him completely, and says that he's not satisfied. Says he's not satisfied, and he can hold a grudge. He said tonight that he's the authority, and he's not leaving the ring until he gets his hands on Rollins. Ambrose throws a steel chair in the ring and then takes a seat in the middle of the ring. Fans chant Ambrose, of course. You know, he's always going to get that. He's the most guy over there. You know, the fans love him. You know, I mean, he is really over the crowd. And then, but surprise, who comes to interrupt Ambrose? It wasn't Seth Rollins, it was John Cena, aka John Cena. Music hits, he comes down, obviously he gets the same reaction all he does. Moving on, Ambrose kicks this chair out of the ring. He's bothered, he's bothered, and he doesn't like that Cena is standing in front of him right now. Yeah, well, I think he's not the only guy in the world would I forget who would say that. I didn't understand. Oh, of course, Cena always have to come out. You have to start off. But anyway, I thought it was confusing. But Ambrose says Cena is flying close to flame. Cena calls him Mr. Ambrose. Mr. Ambrose, yeah, Mr. Ambrose. And says that a similar gender. You know, Cena says he had Brock Lesnar beat at Night of Champions until that skinny rubber suit wearing jackass Seth Rollins showed up. That's nice of Cena putting over young talent. Good job, Cena. Good job. You never really put any young talent over anyway. Let's get real. I look at the history books. You never did, son. But nice. You're not even funny as well at the same time. I mean, what kind of thing is a rubber suit jackass? I thought that describes you. Never mind. Cena says that he should have had the WWE World Heavyweight Championship right now, and wrong. Cena says he's cashing in his ass, kicking in a briefcase shot on Rollins tonight. Ooh. And no one is going to stop him. Oh, yeah, never stop, never give up. And that bullshit. And says that he warned Cena once, don't get in his way. Yeah, you can't get in Dean Ambrose's way. He's going to whoop your ass, Cena. So you should fuck all the way you come from. Or is it Boston, Massachusetts? Alright. But I feel sorry for Boston, Massachusetts fans. I'm on a roll tonight. But Cena takes off his gear and gets ready for a fight. Ooh. Oh, badass over there. The music hits and Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kane, Randy Orton, and Steph Rollins, the Money Bank winner, comes out the Authority. Then Triple H starts off saying, tells them to relax before they fight over something they have no control of. He says Rollins won't be fighting anybody tonight, but Cena Ambrose will. Cena interrupts and goes up the ramp for a fight. Ambrose follows, and Ambrose and Cena brawl with Kane and Orton and Rollins on the ramp. And Rollins runs off through the crowd. Ambrose chases Ambrose catches up, but Rollins runs off again. Cena also runs over Rollins. Kane all to look on from the ring while Triple H regroups with Stephanie. Cameras go backstage. We see Ambrose attacking Rollins in the back of the arena. And what area? The arena. Cena joins in and Rollins is doing his best to fight them off, and he runs off and ducks the guy loading stuff in his car. Oh, yeah, I thought that was funny. Rollins takes the car, speeds off like he's speeding Gonzalez, and Ambrose trying to get the back of the car and foul. And Cena and Ambrose look at each other, and we go for a commercial break. Wow. I have to say, I've given props to WWE. Great start, loved it. I mean, obviously when you have Ambrose on TV, it's gold. I said it last night. Loved it. When he's probably becoming, my top favourite guy. It's probably why I really do watch Raw now, because of him. It's kind of sad that you have to be one guy to make me watch Raw, but that's how it is, because you don't have no Daniel Bryan there. Now Roman Reigns is injured, so and obviously CM Punk's gone from months ago, and so I thought that was funny there. He was so close that he jumped in the back and he grabbed the suitcase from the back and he fell down with it. I mean, he was close. It's just funny. It's great, great stuff. Great opener. So we move on to the first match of the night. It was a rematch from last night. So many rematches last night. I felt like it was like WrestleMania Rewind or something. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, it was for the WWE Intercontinental title match. It's Dolph Ziggler, the show off himself, the former IC champion, versus The Miz. The Miz, the new Intercontinental champion, the awesome one. So I thought the match wasn't that long, but it was decent match. It wasn't great. I thought it was alright. I think was a Miz didn't hit the skull crushing finale, but it was only a 2 count. He kicked out. Which was surprised. I thought that's it. Ziggler was going to lose, but he didn't. And it's back and forth. I think Miz kicked out with the Famouser, and then Sandow got involved again. He did the super kick, I think, and then Miz goes for the win. Actually, and rolls up and used actually the tights. It was deja vu. He won by the wallet, grabbing the tights. Now Ziggler once again is the Intercontinental champion. I mean, it was just bizarre. I mean, this is the second time now the Miz loses the title. Because he lost it at WrestleMania, I think 29, against Ray Barrett at the time, or Bad News Barrett. Well, he won. Yeah, he won it. No, he won it at WrestleMania 29, and then he lost it the next night on Raw to the same guy, to Barnes Barrett, and then he's done the same with Ziggler. I mean, I just thought it was pointless losing it. Why lose the? Why would you lose? Why would WWE let him lose? Like, why would Ziggler have to lose last night and then win his tie back again? It's pointless. I just thought it was stupid. I mean, but yeah, I don't really. I was like, really? It was good to see he's Intercontinental Champion again. I just thought it was stupid. I don't know what, but excuse me. But yeah, nothing special. I thought it was a decent match. But nothing expected. Anyway, let's move on to the second match of the night. It's the Bo Levi himself, Bo Dallas, versus the real American himself, Jack Swagger. I thought wasn't this on SmackDown or 2 weeks ago on Raw? Again, they were lazy booking from WWE Creative. Like I said again, bring back Vince Russo. Bring him back. Hashtag that. Put hashtag bring back Vince Russo. I mean, I would have him right now than the creative team right now, because the creative team in WWE sucks, like Donkey Kong. But yeah, that's another story. But yeah, it was I don't know. It wasn't really. I didn't even really watch it. I didn't really care. Yeah, like this, drinking, and I didn't care. So yeah, I'm nothing much to say about it. Ziggler goes for the Patriot lock. He applied it. Bo Dallas taps out. Jack Swagger wins. And after the match, I think the funny thing was, what was funny about it was after the match when Zeb grabbed the mic and he just starts taunting the Bo Dallas for losing. He said in like a squeaky voice, he said, "All you got to do is believe." I can't really do it because I don't really have a squeaky voice. But yeah, I mean, that was funny. That was pretty funny. But we move on for the third match of the night, some Divas competition. Samurai, is it Samurai? Yeah, Samurai versus Natalia. Yeah, Samurai versus Natalia. Short match, nothing much to say about it. Yeah, Natalia wins. I think she does sharpshooter. Yeah, Rosa Mendez was in Natalia's corner. I think she takes out Layla from the apron. How dare she? How dare she? And then yeah, Samurai taps out. Yeah, that's it. It wasn't really a match. It wasn't really long. It was for Total Divas because they're having it was like a feud going on there. I don't know. I don't even watch Total Divas. I don't really fucking care, and I didn't really care about that match, to be honest with you. Sad, but yeah. Let's move on. Let's continue. So the fourth match of the night was So the fourth match of the night was, what was it? Kane versus Ambrose. Yeah, Kane versus Ambrose. Seen this before. I thought this was a not bad match. Nothing too spectacular. Again, I've seen this. I mean, I find it because Ambrose and Kane, didn't they face off in the pay-per-view for the United States Championship once, and then they had a few matches after that. Yeah, it was an okay match. Of course, you knew either Ambrose was going to win this by clean, or someone's going to interfere, like the Authority, Randy Orton, or Seth Rollins. More likely it would be Seth Rollins interfering, and it was so predictable, and he did. And yeah, it was Kane count, and Ambrose blocked it. Then he nails the Dirty Deeds. Yeah, he's going for the Dirty Deeds, going for the pin, and then Seth Rollins interferes, attacks, ends up being no disqualification. Ambrose wins by no DQ. And then after the match continues, it beats out Ambrose. Rollins continues beats on Ambrose as the bell rings. Rollins brings a chair in the ring, but Ambrose tackles him, works him over, Ambrose dumps him to the floor. Ambrose runs to the rope for a dive, but Kane jumps outside with the big right hand. Kane comes back in with a choke slam to Ambrose. Bamboo as Rollins and heads up to the ramp, but Rollins stops and goes back towards the ring. He stops when Ambrose is waiting with a chair, and Rollins backs up with the ramp, back up the rank, and Ambrose moves it hits. Yeah, that was cool. And then we go from that. After the commercial break, we had Triple H confirm Seth Rollins and Kane backstage. Then Dean Ambrose runs up and attacks Rollins as Triple H gets out of the way, and Ambrose nails Kane and goes back to work on Rollins. Security breaks them up. Triple H tells them to take him out of the building. Take him out! It's like a bit of Austin in him and Brian Pillman and Ambrose, I think, because he's so badass and so crazy. He's got that two parts of him in one. I thought that was really, he's badass anyway. Great stuff. And then Stephanie appears and then lock Ambrose in the room, like last week when John Cena locked Paul Heyman in the locker room, and Carly was the security guard outside the door. But yeah, Stephanie says if they throw him out, he will come back. Well, no, you don't say. At least they have him under control. Was it? I don't think you can ever have Ambrose control, but anyway, tells the security to watch the door. Yeah, a bunch of indie guys to watch the floor. They didn't even look like cops anyway. It's funny. So yeah, after that we have the fifth. Is it what happened there? Yeah, fifth match of the night, which was it a tag team? No, 6-man tag team match. Sheamus, the United States champion, and the Usos, former tag team champions, versus Goldust and Stardust, the new tag team champions, and Cesaro. I thought it was a pretty cool, good match. It was good where it was. Not much else to say about it. It was good, fast paced at times. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was spectacular. It was, again, it's like so far, the matches were just about the same length. I mean, probably the Divas match was pretty average, and the Bo Dallas and Swagger match was pretty average. But the other matches was just decent. There wasn't really, like you say, very good or 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. It was like 2.5, 3, maybe 3. I give them as a rates, 2s and 3s. It was, nothing too spectacular. I mean, the Usos and Sheamus won. I mean, I think Sheamus hit the bro kick to Stardust to send him out from the apron, and then Cesaro ends up on the floor after knocking Sheamus over. Then he ends up with one of the Usos hit the splash and Goldust for the win. Which the feud hasn't finished, but the Usos will get a rematch against Goldust and Stardust. Probably, I don't know, Hell in a Cell, they'll have their rematch for the titles. And Sheamus and Cesaro doesn't look like that feud is top. Which, they had a really good match at Night Champions. So, yeah. So we move on after that to Randy Orton backstage with Seth Rollins, wakes up, and Rollins appreciates that Orton is facing John Cena tonight. Rollins says he may have a little surprise waiting for Orton at ringside tonight, and Orton says that he and Kane will be watching from ringside as well, and Orton says that he loves surprises, so I wonder what's at ringside. Is it a similar box? We don't know. So, yeah. Okay, so after that, we just saw the security guard still guarding the room where Dean Ambrose is, and then you had that. We have Mark Henry coming out. He looked disappointed, and we still stills from his match. Yeah. And he said Henry apologized. Says that he feels like he's let his country down. She did. He says Henry says he's not 100% physical, but he feels heartbroken. Oh, Henry, have a little soul. Have a Haribo. Have one of those sweet hearts. Oh, sweet. But yeah, he's upset. He's a grizzly bear. He shouldn't be upset. He shouldn't be crying. I liked him when he was a heel, but hey. He says fans are entitled to pick on tonight. Baldy. Yeah. Fat boy. Yeah. Cheeseburger. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And then Henry accepts the challenge and says he's happy to destroy Rusev tonight. Lana tells Rusev to crush Henry and march to the ring. So he ends up being the 6th match of the night. Mark Henry versus Rusev, a rematch from Night of Champions. Not a long match. Again, it was an okay match, nothing special. Rusev won again. It's nice to see Mark Henry doing the Junkyard Dog headbutts. He takes about, Henry just was hurt from his back. He hurt his back, he was struggling. And then Rusev applies the Alkalide, and then Henry didn't tap it, he passes out, and the ref calls for the bell. Which I think probably should have happened last night, but I mean, it should have happened at Night of Champions, but he passes out, and they're making Rusev more stronger and stronger. I mean, I don't think Mark Henry should be the guy to end Rusev's defeat anyway. The guy who comes in my mind, the Olympic gold medal, the true American, South Kurt Angle. But, after the match, Henry lay down, face down while Rusev posed with Lana with the Russian flag. Oh, Russia. Yeah, Russia. After that's it really. I didn't think the fans. I mean, they're getting a lot of heat. They really can't stand them. A lot of the Americans, they can't stand Rusev and Lana. But Russia again winning. But we move on to the 7th match of the night. This was a disgrace. It was. I can't believe I'm saying this. This match was like a rated G match for me. And I don't watch rated G. I watch real wrestling. I don't watch Hippty Dumpty Bumpty Dumpty or Jizzy Jizzy Jazzy or Cartoon Network or Disneyland or Legoland or whatever. This is wrestling, professional wrestling. But yet it was Adam Rose teaming up with the flipping bunny. The bunny. I mean, it could have been Justin Gabriel. I don't think it's Darren Young, but I don't know who it is. All I know, no, he ain't CM Punk. But it was against Heath Slater and Tyson O'Neill, Slater Gator. Didn't watch it. I feel insulted to watch even this match. I just left the room. I just thought, what the hell is this? Who the hell is booking this? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, do they? Whoever's booking them must be love Disneyland and love Cartoon Network and must be living a child's land. Well, I don't know, living in a child's dream, or still probably sleeps with the light on, and sleeps with a teddy bear, and yeah. That's probably who's writing that stuff. Vince Russo would be not writing that stuff. Come on. I mean, people will take the mick about TNA, Ring of Honor, maybe WCW. Well, I think you should take all that back, and at least they don't have a fucking bunny appear on their show. And I'll tell you what, Ring of Honor is wrestling, and TNA has been doing that as well. So I prefer that all the day. yeah, so of course the Bunny and Adam bloody Rose won. I'm sick and tired of seeing them and making me want to punch his face in. But yeah, just annoying, the worst character in history. And whoever thought of the idea of this gimmick should shoot himself about 100 times. You know, that's being kind. So I don't know. I'm just disgusted. I hope this ends. I hope someone, I don't know, at the most turning heel or something. Just whatever. Yeah, he won. I think the Bunny did this spin kick to Slater and tags in Rose, and he leaps out onto tires on the floor, and then a party foul for the win to Slater. Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. I'm just disgusted by WWE by doing that, by putting that match. I don't care if it's a filler. It's disgusting. Screw them, whoever done it. I swear, if next time I'm gonna switch the TV off if they do another match like that. Gee, no. I mean, I left the room, but next time I'm gonna switch it off or something. Yeah. I will actually whoop the guy who ever craved that idea of booking that. I'll whoop his ass all the way to Chinatown. But anyway, we move on to the seventh. Is it seventh match? Yeah. So what's after that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so the 8th match of the night, I presume it is. God, I thought this was long. Yeah, the 8th night from the match, we had Nikki comes to the ring. Nikki Bella. Oh, I mean, damn, that girl she's got an ass, a nice, real nice ass, and she's not scared to show it, does she? She keeps doing that when she does that entrance, and I think everybody loves that. Even if you don't like Nikki Bella, I'm sure you love that. I mean, you deep down, I'm not a big fan of her, but she is hot, no doubt about it. I think Bree's got a better face, but yeah. She comes down, she talks about needing her sister's support before a big match at Night Champions, but Bree, hurtful words are what caused her to lose the Divas title match. It's all her fault. And says that she's going to take matters to her own hand and calls Brie Bella to the ring. Brie comes out. That Brie mode and the Brie song is fucking annoying. But we move on. Nikki insults Brie, and she says she's a disgrace to the Bella name. Bella name. When that name Bella comes to mind, it reminds me of The Sims. I don't know why it's Sims. If anybody knows Sims, if you ever play it, that's why it reminds me of. If you know what I'm talking about. Nikki wants Brie to kiss her, yeah, the Bella name. No, Nikki wants Bella to give her the Bella name, and Nikki wants to be known as the Nikki Bella now on, the only Bella in town. And Brie says she's not going to give up to Bella name, and Nikki asks why Brie hasn't taken Daniel Bryan's last name. You married the guy, why haven't? Then Bryan, I ugly troll. I'm going to beat down troll, and Brie slaps Nikki and goes for the yes lock. I mean, she's taken Daniel Bryan's submission move, classy. But Nikki scrams out the ring, and then Brie tells Nikki to come back and fight, and AJ Lee music hits, comes down with the new Divas champion. She skips past Nikki, enters the ring. So it was 8th match of the night, Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. Non-title Divas match. It was a pretty decent match. Again, another, like I said tonight, it's just been decent, the same. It was a decent match, and in the end, Nikki works over. Yeah, AJ counters in the corner, turns it to Bat Widow. She wins. Nikki Bella taps out. That's all I got to say. And then I think after the match, Paige taunts AJ from the ringside as AJ kisses her title. Okay, now we finally move to the main event of the night. For a thousandth time, we've seen this, or millions, or billions, and infinity. John Cena versus the Apex Predator, the Viper, Vanity Orton, Kane, and I think Rollins are at ringside. Cena, I think, wears a blue T-shirt. Whatever. He's wearing every colour, like every rainbow. But yeah, um, yeah, and this match was pretty. I don't know. I really didn't really care about the match because I've seen this type of match about 1,000 times. Um, I think it was a pretty fine main event. I think it was alright. I thought Randy Orton was really aggressive in the ring than the unusual. I think he was off script a little bit, which is good. It's fine. Aggressive to see. He's strong, and that's what it was nice to see because I think he has the look for it, and yeah, it was good to see. Not being that weak and coward way. But yeah, I thought the main event was fine. And Cena, I think, Cena won by no disqualification. Of course, it's always in these main events. Has always been a no disqualification recently. There's been a lot of no DQ finishes. I mean, who's booking this are fucking lazy and probably been eating too many cheeseburgers. But that's WWE for you. And of course, Cena wasn't going to lose. If he lost, it would have been probably by interference or something, or no disqualification or something, whatever. But Cena won, I think, because he blocks the RKO, he goes for the STF, he locked it in, and then obviously that's how Rollins and Kane interfered. That's how it ended up being obviously no disqualification. After the match, Rollins and Kane were over Cena, and the referee calls for the bell. Orton joins in, and there's 3-on-1. Cena fights back, but Rollins catches him with a kick. Kane hits Cena with a choke slam. Rollins yells to finish Cena off. They push Cena out of the ring as Rollins takes apart the announce table. They go to get the surprise, but Dean Ambrose pops out instead. The crazy lunatic. Fringe. Ambrose uploads on Rollins, Kane, and Orton, and then Ambrose boots Kane from the top of the table, and then he lays off the table as the 3 men. Rollins comes in the ring. Ambrose hits and bounces back with a clothesline, which got a big pop. Kane grabs Ambrose, but Cena makes a save. Rollins escapes and runs through the crowd, and then Cena hits Kane with an attitude adjustment, of course, and Ambrose sends Orton out. Ambrose stands on the top stairs at Rollins in the crowd. Cena Ambrose stands tall in the ring, and then that's how it ends Raw. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end, what after the match was what made it for me. I thought Ambrose coming out was really good, really nice. Of course, Cena had to stand tall doing the AA, and I think Cena's lucky Ambrose was there. I mean, he probably saved Raw for me. I don't think Raw was that great at all. I think it's been probably a little bit better than a few weeks, but still Raw is lacking and lackluster, and it's just not there for me. And I don't know what they're going to do. They are in the problem at the moment. I think they really are in the deep shit right now. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm hoping. Hell in a Cell. We'll see how that will deliver. And I thought they was going to get rid of that pay-per-view and get a new pay-per-view. Maybe they could have had King of the Ring, or could have been back Unforgiven, No Mercy, something like that. But yeah, overall it was an okay show. If anybody missed it, you haven't really missed much, unless you're really interested in just Dean Ambrose. Then yeah, it was probably a miss. But yeah, that's it, guys. Tell me your thoughts on Raw. If you enjoyed it or you thought it was bad, give me your opinions. Leave your feedback down below, your opinions, your views on Raw. Did you enjoy Raw? Did you not? Anything? What stand out? What didn't stand out? And yeah, so I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I'll see you again for another episode of the PWF is Raw, which will probably be update video on rumours now. Because until I next do a review, will probably be next week, which will be the Raw review. So yeah, so I hope you guys see you next time. Make sure before you go, subscribe now. Spread the word. Tell anybody who loves wrestling to check my channel out and leave feedback. Check my channel out and leave feedback on my channel. Tell me what you think of my show. And you can like it, share it to anyone worldwide, whatever you got to do. And you can follow my personal Twitter account, which is Captain Free Awesome. Follow a personal, follow the PWF Twitter, which is PWF is Raw, and you can like the Facebook page and Facebook group, and join the Facebook group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. And that's it, guys. I see you guys. Captain Mawson has left the building, guys. Later.